Close your eyes for a moment. Take a deep, slow breath in and let a long, gentle breath out. Imagine yourself standing at the edge of a vast, ancient river. The water flows endlessly, clear and cool, moving over smooth stones that have rested there for centuries. The river does not hold on to the water that passes. It does not try to stop the flow, nor does it rush toward the ocean. It simply allows. It trusts. Life, in its deepest essence, is like this river. It is a continuous movement of moments, arising and falling away. Yet, unlike the river, we often try to freeze the water. We try to hold on to the moments that have already passed downstream. We clutch tight to memories of pain, words that wounded us, and injustices that feel unfinished. We stand on the bank, heavy and tired, wondering why the journey feels so difficult, unaware that we are carrying stones in our pockets while trying to swim. Today, let us walk together into the high mountains, into the thin, crisp air of the Himalayas, to witness a conversation that might just lighten the load you have been carrying for so long. High above the clouds, where the snow-capped peaks touch the indigo sky, there lived an old monk named Tenzin. His face was etched with the lines of 1,000 smiles, and his eyes held the stillness of a mountain lake at dawn. He lived in a small stone hut where the only sounds were the whispering wind and the distant chime of temple bells. One afternoon, a traveller arrived at Tenzin's door. The man was young in years, but old in spirit. His shoulders were slumped, his brow furrowed with a permanent shadow of worry. He had climbed the mountain seeking peace, for his heart was a tangled knot of resentments. He had been wronged by a brother, betrayed by a partner, and forgotten by friends. He carried the story of his victimhood like a sacred scroll, reading it to himself every night before sleep. Tenzin welcomed the stranger with a bow and motioned for him to sit by the small fire. He poured tea into an earthen cup, the steam rising like a prayer into the cold air. "Master," the man began, his voice trembling with exhausted emotion, "I have travelled far to find you. I seek liberation. My mind is a storm. I cannot forget what was done to me. The anger burns in my chest, and the sadness weighs upon me like lead. I want to be free, but the past will not let me go." The monk listened, his presence as grounding as the earth itself. He did not interrupt. He simply watched the flames dance in the hearth. When the man finished speaking, Tenzin nodded slowly. "You say the past will not let you go," Tenzin said softly. "But tell me, my friend, where is this past? Is it here in this room? Is it hiding in the corner? Is it under your teacup?" The man blinked, confused. "No, it is not here physically, but it is inside me. It is in my memory. They hurt me. That is real." Tenzin smiled, a gentle, compassionate expression. "Come with me." The monk stood up and led the man outside. The sun was beginning to set, painting the snow in hues of violet and gold. Tenzin pointed to a large, rough stone lying near the path. A rock the size of a watermelon, heavy and jagged. "Pick up that stone," Tenzin instructed. The man, puzzled but obedient, bent down and heaved the heavy rock into his arms. It was cold and dirty, its sharp edges digging into his chest. "Now," Tenzin whispered, "hold it close. Do not drop it. This stone represents your resentment. It represents the brother who wronged you, the partner who left, the friends who forgot. It is the justice you feel you are owed. Hold it tight." The man held the rock. At first, it was manageable. He stood there, looking at the glorious sunset, clutching the stone. But as the minutes ticked by, the weight began to pull at his muscles. His arms started to tremble. The sharp edges bit into his skin. His back began to ache. The beauty of the sunset faded from his awareness, replaced entirely by the pain of holding the stone. "Master," the man grunted, sweat forming on his forehead despite the cold wind. "It is heavy. My arms are burning. May I put it down?" Tenzin looked at him with deep, piercing clarity. "Why do you want to put it down? You said these memories define you. You said you cannot forget them. To put the stone down is to let them go. Are you sure you don't want to carry it a little longer? Perhaps another 10 years? The man's legs shook. "No, it hurts. I cannot enjoy the view. I cannot breathe properly. Please tell me how to make the pain stop." Tenzin stepped closer, his voice dropping to a whisper that seemed to merge with the wind. "My son, the stone has no power to hold on to you. The stone is not gluing itself to your chest. The stone is simply being a stone. You are the one clutching it. You are the one using your energy, your strength, and your life force to squeeze it against your heart." "But they hurt me!" the man cried out, tears streaming down his face. "Yes," Tenzin said gently, "they hurt you. That was the moment they handed you the stone. But that was long ago. Who is carrying it now? Who is waking up every morning and lifting this weight back onto their shoulders? It is not them. They are living their lives, perhaps sleeping soundly, perhaps suffering their own burdens. But they are not here. Only you are here, and only you are holding the stone." The monk paused, looking deep into the man's eyes. Suffering is not the event. Suffering is the refusal to accept that the event has passed. You think that by holding on to the anger, you are punishing them. But look at your arms. Look at your pain. You are only punishing yourself. The man looked down at the grey, unyielding rock. He saw the absurdity of it. He saw that his grip was the only thing keeping the weight in place. "Drop it," Tenzin whispered. With a ragged exhale, the man opened his hands. Thud! The stone hit the earth. It rolled once and settled into the dust, silent and still. Instantly, the man's arms floated upward, light as feathers. The blood rushed back into his fingers. He took a massive, shuddering breath, filling his lungs with the crisp mountain air. For the first time in years, he noticed the silence. He noticed the first stars appearing in the twilight sky. He noticed the smell of pine and snow. "How does it feel?" asked the monk. "Light," the man whispered. "So incredibly light." "Remember this," Tenzin said, placing a warm hand on the man's shoulder. "The past is like a cloud crossing the moon. It obscures the light for a moment, but it never changes the moon itself. Your true nature is the moon, luminous, whole, and untouched. The clouds of resentment, fear, and regret are just passing weather. When you stop trying to catch the wind flows through you, and you remain." Let us sit with this image for a moment. Imagine the burdens you are carrying right now. Perhaps it is a worry about tomorrow, or a regret about yesterday. Perhaps it is a name, a face, or a situation that you replay in the theatre of your mind. Visualize these things as stones. Acknowledge that they are heavy. Do not judge yourself for carrying them. It is human to hold on. We hold on because we want to be safe, because we want to be right. But there is a deeper wisdom that whispers, when you stop holding, you are held. When you let go of the need to control the past, you are caught by the gentle hands of the present moment. Think of the paradox of the empty hand. A clenched fist is strong, yes, but it cannot receive anything. It cannot hold a flower. It cannot hold the hand of a loved one. It cannot scoop water from the stream. Only an open hand, a hand that has let go, can receive the gifts of life. To let go is not to forget. It is not to say that what happened was acceptable. To let go is to acknowledge that the heavy stone belongs to the earth, not to your heart. It is to realize that you are the sky, not the clouds. The sky allows the storm, but the sky is never wet. The sky allows the fire, but the sky never burns. You are that vast, spacious awareness. Breathe in the lightness of the empty sky. Breathe out the heavy stones of the past. Feel the space opening up in your chest. That space is forgiveness. Not necessarily forgiveness of others, but forgiveness of yourself for carrying the burden for so long. You did the best you could, and now you can rest. There is a beautiful saying in the Zen tradition. When I let go of what I am, I become what I might be. As you move forward from this story, walk gently. When you feel the weight returning, when the old anger rises or the old fear tightens your chest, simply notice it. Smile at it, as Tenzin smiled at the traveller. Ask yourself, who is carrying this? And with a gentle breath, open your hands. Let the river flow. Let the stone fall. Return to the lightness that has always been yours. Peace is not a destination you must struggle to reach. Peace is the ground you stand on when you stop carrying the world on your shoulders. If this story brought a moment of stillness to your day, or if the whisper of silence touched your heart, please consider supporting the channel. It allows us to continue sharing these seeds of wisdom and peace with others who may be carrying heavy burdens. May you walk in lightness. May you be free.